Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shakera Ali, and I am here today interviewing an internet friend that I met this week. We have some mutuals. Her name is Fareeda's Beautiful Life here on YouTube, and I am just so excited to get to know her a little bit. Like I said, we kind of just met on the internet just a few days
Absolutely.
ago. And I saw that she was a YouTuber, and I was looking through her page and her videos, and I was like, this is an amazing resource for the community. Like your videos are so informative and so helpful for someone who wants to travel, um, just see the world and have some goals, be with travel with the budget, with the job. I mean, there's so many remote options that are out there for women of all backgrounds, and I was like, I need to get my pen and my paper and take notes, because I've been recently telling people, and I told this to you as well, that I want to go to Oman and I want to teach English. um I want to travel. I want to be remote. I want to see the world. And
Absolutely.
you got to say it out loud. And I feel like Allah just sends you people. Like, how did we connect? Like, and I'm looking at your channel, and I'm going to recommend all you guys, once you're done watching this video, check out her channel, check out her videos. We will link them down below. And make sure you subscribe and like and comment this video, and we'll kind of get this conversation going. First of all, Farida, if I can have you just give us a little bit of your story. Just tell us what you're doing here on YouTube.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shakira, for inviting me on your platform. It is a huge honor. My name is Fareeda Abdurrahman, and I have been slow traveling and working remotely since the Panini, since 2019. And I definitely have been doing it on a teacher's salary. So I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy. I don't have an independent, inheritance. And I've literally just found a life hack to be able to see the world, slow travel, bop around, and do what I love as well as work remotely. So I'm location independent. So in 2019, I started slow traveling to the Middle East, back home where my people are from, in the Caribbean, and other countries that I just fell in love with, and I've been hooked ever since. So I really get a sense of joy and fulfillment when, I put out a video about a remote opportunity and, a Black or Muslim woman gets the job. It just really, really makes my day. So, yeah, that's what I'm all about is remote work, living an easier life, taking a sabbatical, bopping around, taking a slower pace, and really just living a life of ease. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wow, mashallah, that's amazing. So where in the Caribbean exactly?
Well,
Is it?
my mom is from Grenada, a small island called Carriacou off the coast of Grenada. And my dad is from Guyana, which is in South America. So, yeah, so I was recently in Barbados, which is a very, very Wi-Fi friendly country and, has a really lovely infrastructure. And so I can get that home feel, the home food, the beach, the sun, the tan, the sand, but also be able to hop on my laptop and get some work done, make some money. So yeah, I love the islands. I love island life. And yeah, next stop is definitely more of that and hopefully Southeast Asia coming soon.
This is so exciting.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, I'm trying to stay calm because I don't know, I just made a post on Facebook. I want to do 50 before 50,
Yes,
which,
I saw it.
and we're just talking about states. We're not talking about countries because we don't,
Right.
like I said, that I have to expand my thinking. I have to shift my thinking. Like, why not say 50 countries before 50, you know? Like, why states? But I'm just too loyal, you know? And
Yes,
I just
yes.
thought, look, let's get
And
out
the
of here. Let's
US is so beautiful. Like, I was doing some remote work in California and I was just thinking, this is Morocco. Like it reminded me so much of Morocco. And then you just kind of take for granted the beauties of your country, you know? America has it all. It really does.
Right, right. So, I mean, this is just really amazing to be, in contact with you and to learn about how you made it possible. And I love your channel because, like I said, it is a resource to us, to our community, to help them find ways to get employed and travel and live your best life. And
Absolutely.
I mean, if you can do it, like why not me? Why not all of us, you know?
Exactly. I'm not in STEM. I'm not, a six-figure earner. I am I live modestly. I have, instead of investing in stuff, I invest in travel. I'm getting into house sitting where I sit people's cats and pets when they're out of town so that I can have use of their homes when they are out of town. And, I just try to find hacks every day that will make traveling cheaper, more cost efficient, fun, as well as, have that adventure that I've craved since 2019. So I love it. I'm just so excited. I just got finished watching The Mole on Netflix, and they were in Malaysia, and I was just like, this is where I want to be, and I went on, Trusted House Sitters, which is a website for people that want to sit cats or fish or chickens or dogs or whatever, and travel the world and get free accommodations. And you know I'm just putting in applications for Malaysia, 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 and inshallah, hopefully I'll be there soon. I would really love that.
That is so cool. Like, I love how you like you said, we don't have to be millionaires. We don't have to be in STEM. Like, we can do with what we have now, and we can
Absolutely.
see the world. And that is exactly what is the word? Going forward, with at least, with my post today, like trying to
Yes,
get all
yes.
50 states, you see me walking down the street, I see a neighbor, I'm like 50 before 50,
Exactly. And when I saw
and
that, I
I'm
was
like,
like, oh, she's my people. She is my people.
yes, yes. So this is something that I am talking about at work, talking about, when I see friends, and it is something that I want to put more emphasis on because there is just so much out there, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I want to see it all. So
Absolutely.
now it's just about, I guess, for someone who, like myself, I have never traveled by myself.
Solo
Even in the
traveling,
States,
the last
I've
frontier. Yeah.
always, yeah, yeah, I've only traveled with friends or family. And I had this opportunity this month to maybe go to Vancouver.
Mm. Hmm.
And I have a girlfriend who's like, hey, I'm going to be there for a month. Why don't you just come? And my first question was like, hey, can I stay with you? And
Yes.
she's subletting a room. So she said she can't have any guests. So now I got to figure out the Airbnb. I got to figure out my accommodations, the
Mm.
flight, the transportation. She's saying you don't need to rent a car because it's very like public transportation friendly. But I'm just like, I really want to see Vancouver.
Yeah. Yes. And
Like,
that's, and that's a legitimate fear. There are legitimate concerns with women traveling solo. That is definitely a concern of mine. And, when I started off 2018, 2019, I started with traveling Muslim groups. So it would either be with my family or it would be with Philly Traveling Muslimas. So they're a group of sisters who travel globally. And that was me dipping my toe into the pond and having that little bit of independence while being in a group. And we could do group activities while we were there, eat together, make friendships, and also venture out and do our own thing. So it was really because of them that, me and a couple of my friends got together and we decided, let's do a tour. Let's go to the UK. So in October, we're going to be having a Sisters on the Lake tour where we talk about abundance and rest and receiving. And while we, travel on the lakes and, see beautiful and stay in a beautiful lodge and just really take time to rest, reflect, and, refocus. So there's just a world of possibilities out there, when you're dipping your toe into solo travel, long-term travel, or even moving abroad. The first thing I would recommend is traveling to a nearby city. Just like if you live in Houston, travel to Dallas, travel to Austin, and enjoy what that experience, and then start, venturing further and further out. And a lot of times, you'll have your plans ready, you'll have your good girlfriend ready to go with you, and you think it's going to happen, and then they back out. So, what do you do? So a lot of times you do really put that trust in yourself, have your safeguards, get that traveler's insurance, get all these numbers, get your passport photocopied, take your precautions, but bismillah, and then move forward. So it's been really fun. It's been a lot of fun, and solving problems is something I like to do, like figuring things out. So if I was going with you to Vancouver, I'd be like, okay, I got to study this public transportation system. Okay, let's see what are the top 10 places to eat. All right, what is Shakira adventurous? What are the most adventurous activities? Let me get on TripAdvisor and Viator and see what's going on. So yeah, it's definitely fun just exploring and learning and solving problems and figuring things out.
wow. Okay. Well, this gives me a lot of hope. Like I said, right now we're trying to do 50 before 50, but I said we can still leave the country while we're doing the 50, you know?
Hey, absolutely. There's no
We don't have
rules.
to just, focus on, we can go to Canada, we go to Mexico, you know? And so, I am actually, like I said, thinking about Vancouver,
Mm,
but my next trip that's coming up, it's going to be Portland, Oregon.
mhm.
Have you ever been?
I've never been to Portland. I've heard a lot of cool things about it. I think that it's a nice place to visit. Beautiful, beautiful landscapes, as well as cool cityscapes. So that's definitely something that I'll be interested in if you decide to vlog it and, do a series. I'll be one of those people eagerly watching as you go live and being like, girl, go here, do this. What'd you eat? So, yeah, that sounds cool.
Yes, I'm very excited to be taking you all along with me, sharing, posting my travels, like I said, within the States, and then of course to Canada and everywhere else. But I'm taking baby steps. We're taking baby.
Yes, that's a big step. Portland's a big, big step.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
it's just like, like I said, it's gonna be a first as far as the Vancouver thing goes. It's like, okay, we're gonna figure out the hotel, the Airbnb, the room and board, or the, I don't know, the hostel situation or something like that. Like,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
just gotta do my research, gotta find, a safe, comfortable, nice, area, and just kind of
Absolutely.
do some solo traveling.
Absolutely. You're gonna love it, Shakira. It's just, it's fun. It's fun. It's nice exploring and seeing new things. And even like when I'm in a funk and a down mood, just changing my environment. It's so helpful, it's so beneficial. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to your Portland vlog. It's gonna be exciting to watch, and you knocking
Right.
out, like, you need to get like a big map of the United States and just start putting pins in each state that you visit.
Right, right. Yes, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. And then so
Mhm.
you've traveled to many countries, right?
Yes, I've been to many countries. Mhm.
Okay, so before you say how many, I want to know what was the most hijabi Muslim friendly country you went to?
Mm. Hijabi Muslim friendly, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Morocco, they're all hijabi Muslim friendly. And but I have to say Dubai is the most, of all the countries, it's the country that I could see myself vibing in, because uh, they
Oh,
are they are committed to safety. Like, you could be out at 3 a.m. in the morning just shopping, enjoying yourself, and you know, the government is on it. There's very little crime, there's very little scamming. I remember talking to a tour guide in Dubai, and he was like, if we even call one building the Burj Khalifa and it's not the Burj Khalifa, we'll lose our license. We might get deported. Not to mention
wow.
theft or sexual assault or any of that. Like, that is, punishable by, like, they
Dang.
don't play over there. So when I say you feel safe. And, a lot of people come there from many different countries to work and send money back to their families. And their religious freedoms and their faith is protected. So I would say, out of all the countries, Dubai has that mix of modernity, as well as there's a musalla in the mall. So when you're finished shopping, you can go pray and you can make
What?
wudu. It's so,
Wow.
so cool. It's like, okay, I can live here. This is it. This is where I need to be. So I love that about Dubai. It's like, in the morning you could be zip lining somewhere, and in the afternoon you could be you could drive over to Abu Dhabi and visit the Grand Mosque. It's just super, super cool. Yeah.
That is so cool. I really want to experience living in like a Muslim country.
Yes.
That's why I was leaning towards like Oman and like teaching English
Mm.
or doing
Mhm.
something of that nature, whereas, it's gonna be like I'm not in STEM either. I'm not gonna, be doing an engineering job,
Yes. Yes.
over over there in the Middle East, but like I just want to know like where did you begin your journey? Like, were you Googling things? Were you looking up applications
Mm.
somewhere? Were you, um, was there a certain pull at a certain direction where you're like, okay, I'm going to apply for this role, and this role is a remote role. I can live wherever and I can, live comfortably and I can, do my job from anywhere. So, like, if someone
Mhm.
who is like, I have like a hybrid role. And right now, like, if I were to go to my team and be like, can I just, be remote 100%, it's just not
Right, right.
realistic. I mean,
Yes.
they're really trying to pull away from even those two remote days at this point.
Yes, they're trying
So
to Put everyone back in the office, girl. Yes,
Right,
they are.
right. And I'm like a people facing, every job
Mhm,
I've ever had has been very customer service, very people facing, and
mhm,
like, just big emphasis on customer service, It's been a lot of food, it's been a lot of retail, and this is higher education, but it's still mostly like customer service?
yes, yes. I would say the first step for me was, I'm a teacher, so it was definitely the work abroad situation. And I got a lot of acceptance letters from Oman, but at that time I was a young mom. My kids were established in school, and it just was not feasible. So now that I'm older, I'm a grandma, my kids are grown. Now it's, more feasible for me to take a work abroad route. So I would say if you're young, if you don't have any commitments, elderly parents, young kids, I would say that try the work abroad. Work abroad is it's a 1 year commitment, two at the most. You get to live in another country. Um, Dubai and Oman, they were willing to pay for my apartment, pay all my health care, pay for electricity, and I got one free vacation per year. And I got, a decent salary, which equated to about 50K US dollars. So not the best, but you have to think over there that money stretches for sure. And you're not paying a mortgage or rent. So you're really just stacking money while you're over there. So I think it's ideal for young people. So you're young, you seem to be, unencumbered. I could be totally wrong, but I would definitely step my foot in going that route because yeah, if worst comes to worst, you hate the kids, they're rude, whatever, it's a year and then you're back in the States. You can try something else. And now that I'm older, they're having those cutoffs like no one over 55, no one over 60 can apply because health issues when you get older. So I would say, while you're young, while you're still under their cutoff, apply for Teach Abroad and Advectus and different companies that, they're just longing and hungering for fluent teachers to go over there and teach. So that'd be my advice.
Okay, well, we're definitely staying connected. I'm gonna be like, send me those links, or I'll
Yes,
do some
ma'am.
Google searches, but I'll also be, messaging you to figure out like where exactly are we applying, and
Mm,
exactly, because and what are the qualifications? What are the requirements?
right, right.
And I am, like I said, when I met you, my intro was I want to teach English in
Yes,
Oman. And
yes,
so, and you are someone who's gotten several offers,
yes.
and that was a complete possibility. And I mean, that is just, I know I have friends who did Japan, who did South Korea, who did just, just taught, as long as you had a bachelor's degree in something.
Absolutely.
I mean, it
Absolutely.
doesn't hurt if it was education and you were a teacher. Like my bachelor's is in mass communications and media studies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently working at Austin Community College, just like as an admissions assistant.
Right, right. Yeah,
So I'm not,
you're in high
sorry?
demand, girl. I said you're in high demand.
Yeah, because I really like, oh, I really, like I said, I was telling my parents this one day, and they were totally on board. They were like, let's go.
Yes, yes. I think that, it's definitely a great way to dip your toes into living abroad with a very low risk situation. They're taking care of everything. They're helping you with all the paperwork, documentation. They want you over there, so they are making sure that everything is correct, paperwork is good, and you're over there, and you are, competent. You might, want to take a couple of TEFL classes or courses to boost your, attractiveness to a lot of the people that are hiring, but eh, it's almost August, girl. They're hiring.
Who is hiring abroad? Like this is my first time even having this conversation seriously.
Mhm,
Like one day we were
mhm,
just all sitting together and like, I'm 34,
mhm.
and I'm not married. I don't have kids, I
Oh,
live with my
man, you're
parents.
perfect. You're young, you're perfect. You're
No commitments,
educated.
no kid, no man,
Yes, yes,
And
you are the
so,
perfect you are what they're looking for. Absolutely.
okay, well,
So
you
yeah,
have to send me some links, okay, that
absolutely.
I can put in a resume or an application. I could get the ball rolling. Like let's you
Absolutely.
said we're July starting Tuesday, you know?
Exactly. And hey, not every country starts their new year at their new school year at the same time. So some countries start their school year in the spring, which makes
Oh,
more sense to me. But so, and then there are some teachers get sick and they need replacements. So there's always opportunities that pop up. Don't feel rushed. Just take the first step and kind of investigate. I'll send you some links to the most popular teach abroad organizations and, see what they require. If you have to take a course or two, okay, that's something that can never be taken away. And then, go from there. And yeah, while you're doing that, you could still do your 50 by 50.
yeah,
Exactly.
that is a goal. That is a goal. We're
Hmm.
at state 2021 right now. I need to, like I
Hmm.
said, get that big map and just kind of pin it so then I can like
Yes,
visualize it and kind of see,
visualize
okay,
it.
we've covered, most of the West and the South. We got to do a little bit of the East Coast,
Mhm,
and then maybe
mhm.
even the Midwest, which is also very beautiful.
Absolutely. Gorgeous, very gorgeous. Yes. I have a house sit coming up in Michigan. Never been to Michigan. So I'm really excited, So
It is absolutely beautiful. Michigan is absolutely
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't like cold, but I'm figuring this is a perfect time to be in Michigan before it gets too cold.
Wow, and like, okay, so we've been talking for what, like 27 minutes now. We'll start
Wow.
to wrap things up because I don't want to take too much of your time. But I did want to, you did say there were some exciting things coming up that we can look forward to and participate in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, my friend, Khalid of Allow, Sabria Mills, and I have a Beyond Enough retreat coming up. It's going to be October 7th through 14th in the Lake District in the UK. So, I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about abundance, learning to receive, living a life of ease, stress, anxiety, how to avoid those things, learning to allow others to do for you instead of always being that strong woman who can do it all. And while we're doing that, we're going to be eating some good food. We're going to be touring the beautiful Lake District and, just really enjoying the culture of, England. So please join us. I will, send Shakira the links to that to sign up. We would love to have you in the UK this year, inshallah.
Wow, this is so exciting. I am so glad that we met and we did this.
I am
And
too.
And it was, I mean, I feel like this 30 minutes went by so fast, but let's do a part two, like again before you leave to the UK,
I
or
love
maybe after
that.
you come back, or maybe after,
Oh my
or maybe
God.
I'll come with you.
Yay! That'd be so awesome. I would love, love, love to have you.
Yes,
So,
we will put
yeah.
all the links down below for those of us who are interested in reaching out or signing up. I mean, this is really exciting. I look forward to this and all the upcoming travels. Like I said, we're focusing on the 50 for now. Like
Yes, focusing
we
on the States.
and then we are, like I said, we're open to Vancouver and maybe Cancun. Who knows? Something,
Cancun. Mm, mm,
yeah,
mm.
something just close to the States for now before we branch out. And we will keep you all posted along our journey and keep doing interviews like this. Like, I would love to do a part two as well, too.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I work remote. I have a very, very you know, flexible schedule, and I love to talk about my passion, which is, traveling and working remote. So, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, this was meant to happen for me, like our connection. It just
Yeah.
was the timing was just perfection, It's really when I said it out loud, when I said it out
Mm,
loud to my parents. I feel like this is something my mom always says, like, say positive things out loud and the
yes.
angels say amen.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Ex exactly, and, it's like when you have that thought, you have that idea, and then you make that intention and you work towards it, you know, it comes into fruition because, everything that you're doing from me decluttering my household, even decluttering and getting rid of all the stuff that we don't even use is getting me closer to Malaysia. Subhanallah.
Wow,
It's all
mashallah,
about
mashallah.
that niyyah. Mhm.
It really is. And it's good to know that there are a lot of Muslim women out there who are doing it, who are making it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes. And doing it beautifully, like, matching outfits when we go out and photo ops and long dresses that just float in the breeze over the Riviera, just doing it and making it look so cool. So cool. So,
That is
yeah,
so cool. Alrighty,
absolutely.
well, before we wrap things up, um, I will ask you to send me like one of your pictures so I can make like a cute thumbnail. What it'll do, it'll automatically pick one for me. But then while, I'm working and editing and coming up with a description, it'll let me to change it later. But I
Awesome.
think this was a really lovely conversation.
Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you so much, Shakira. This was so much fun, and it just makes me want to keep going and, living this beautiful life and seeing Allah's creation. It's so, so, so inspiring.
Wow,
Absolutely.
mashallah, mashallah. Inshallah, may Allah make it easy for all of us to accomplish our dreams.
Ameen, ya Rab.
Ameen,
Ameen.
ameen, yeah. Because it's like it's doable. I feel like I feel hopeful. I feel like I can too see the
Yes.
world.
Yes, yes. And that's what happens when I saw the sisters at Traveling Muslimas doing it and doing it several times a year. I was like, if they can do it, I definitely can do it. So when you
SubhanAllah.
see it being done, that's why representation is so important because you can't really dream it until you can see it. So, absolutely.
Okay. Do you have any final words for those of us who are on the other side thinking, when is it going to happen for me? When am I going to get a chance to get out of this country, travel the world, go internationally, settle somewhere? What last final hopeful words would you give to the people on the other side?
Just start small, start with your intention. Whether it's your dream of having a tiny house, whether it's your dream of living off the grid, whether it's your dream of, living in nature, whatever that dream is, just start small and make small intentional goals to reach it. I feel like if I have 10 years left on this earth, Allah knows best. I'm going to spend those 10 years moving towards my goals and enjoying this life. And that's just how you look at it, enjoy the journey or else, you know. what's it all for? Once you get there, that's the only time you can be happy. No, you're happy now. You're getting to see what you can see, do what you can do, and inshallah, next year gets a little bit better. So enjoy the journey, is what I would say.
Wow. And I think this is a great place to call it a day. Um, we'll chat a little bit more after I press end recording. We'll chat just a little bit more. And
Awesome.
everyone who's tuning in, please give us a like and a comment. And don't forget to check out Fareeda's Beautiful Life. She has an amazing channel with such informative, resourceful videos that we can greatly benefit from. I highly recommend it. So, give her a follow, like, and subscribe as well. And I guess we will do a part two sometime in October.
Yay, that sounds really cool.
Okay, let me go ahead and end the recording.